Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of VO Store Memoirs. I'm your humble host, Kevin Salina, here to talk to you today about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Spoiler-free review, so let's get right into it. First off, let's just go to our friends at IMDb and see what they say about this. Okay, so archaeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary artifact that can change the course of history. Okay, yeah, pretty straightforward. This is directed by James Mangold instead of the usual Steven Spielberg. So let's get right into the story here. Straight out of the gate, when I went to see this movie, I just went in, zero expectations, not hoping for much, especially after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Watching this movie, the opening of this movie gave me a lot of hope that, okay, we have a step in the right direction. Looks like this is going to be a kind of return to the old school Indiana Jones, like we saw like Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade. Unfortunately for me, in my opinion, the opening sequence kind of gave a letdown for the rest of the movie. And here I'm going to explain myself without trying to do my best not to do spoilers. As most people have seen in the trailer, they do that CGI where it's, shows a young Indy in certain sequences. This is the opening part. They show younger Indy dealing with a situation having to do with the Nazis, and that the events that take place set up the entire rest of the movie. Watching the opening sequence, it was great. Had the normal Indiana Jones swagger, trying to outsmart a bunch of people to stay alive, a lot of great adventure, a lot of good action, a couple of comic takes here and there. But in doing so with this movie, by doing an opening like that, it took away from the rest of the movie. By showing a young Indiana Jones flashback sequence, which probably went for about 20 minutes or so to open this movie, in the same aspect, it hurt the movie to the fact that you really did see that Indy has gotten old. And I know they make a couple references in the movie to his age and everything, but as a person who's grown up watching these movies and watched them repeatedly, that opening sequence did not help the movie. Had they taken that out, I would be sitting here raving this movie from left to right, because it has the good archaeology, the mystery, the search for the unknown, and and even the closing end of it, the closing end sequence, showing some of the most outlandish things that usually happen in Indiana Jones movies, works. But that setup story should have been just a movie by itself. They could have done a whole movie, like maybe with that CGI, to show Indiana Jones in the past and one last hurrah, as it were. But throwing the two together, it pulled away majorly from Harrison Ford's performance in the rest of the movie. A lot of people I've heard have had a problem with a lot of the cast and everything, especially Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Not a lot of people seem to like her as the companion in this movie. She plays Helena, his goddaughter. I had no problem with her performance. She was quick to the point, as intelligent as Indy, and to a point sometimes she even surpasses him with some of her knowledge. But it was nice to see somebody, go toe to toe with him and keep him on his toes in the same aspect. But for most part, yeah, that's my main concern when it came to this movie. It's just that main part where it opens with a great throwback to the beginnings, to what made everyone love this franchise, but it just it hurt it, in my personal opinion, in the end. I just don't know what to tell you. But like I said, that's my take on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I still think it's something you need to see in the theater, especially considering Harrison Ford being 81. This is the last time you'll see the man with a hat until they decide to redo the franchise and find a new actor. God knows, I hope they wait like 20 years before they try to do this again, because it will fail. It's just going to fail without Harrison. But yeah. Keep checking in with us. Like I said, this is Video Store Memoirs. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We're at Video Store Memoirs. Twitter, we're at Video Store Mem, M-E-M. And on TikTok and YouTube, just Video Store Memoirs. Give us a like, give us a follow. Tell me if you've seen Dial of Destiny, if you agree with me, disagree with me. Let's chat. Let's figure this out, our different opinions, and see if I can get your perspective on it. I always love the chatter back from everyone here. So once again, my name is Kevin Salina. Thank you so much for checking in. We will see you next time.